Well, okay. Shalom, shalom to everyone out there. Shalom, especially to the Most High's 1/3 hopeful, sincere elect out there. Shalom to all the sincere brothers and sisters out there who spreading this biblical truth with all faith, endurance, and sincerity. To all of our people out there with eyes to see, ears to hear, and a mind to understand. Shalom. All right, so let's get this started by giving all honor, thanks, praise, and glory to our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, which is the Most High, and the Son of Christ, and who this world and society foolishly and ignorantly deems Jesus. Secondly, this is your brother Yahweh Yasharah from the seed souls of Israel, the rocks of offense, and also the ambassadors for righteousness, the restorers, paths, and the repairers of the breach, and the advocates for Christ. Once again, dropping you another video. So what this video is going to be about is concerning Kanye West and its whole Defcon 3 remark or comment that he made on his social media, right? You know, just to give my little 2 cents on it, since everyone's speaking about it, right? Since it's a hot topic. And also, this is going to be an extension of my dietary law videos that I've done a few years back, right? So what sparked me to do this video right here is because of a recent conversation that I was having with a brother and sister concerning Kanye West, and also about certain breads that we can eat, right? So about the whole Kanye West thing, you know, the Defcon 3, I don't think many people really understood what he meant when he said Defcon 3, right? And that's the reason why I don't really understand the frenzy that's circulating it, because it really wasn't much of a big issue. I mean, at least me personally, I don't think so. You know, because that's actually a military tactic that's used. And concerning that, you know, Kanye West, he didn't do anything concerning that military act or DEFCON level that he spoke of. I mean, even though he said it on his social media, but he didn't do anything that's pertaining to that, is what I'm trying to say, right? So I don't really understand where they said, you know, he disrespected a certain group of people just by mentioning that on the social media, right? So we're going to bring out the definition of what DEFCON 3 is, and also concerning the dietary law. You know, with the run-in that I had with this brother and sister, we was talking about the different kind of breads that we should eat and the breads that's healthier for you, right? So of course, you know, with our people, we think that if something is expensive, it's of a better quality. And in most cases it is, but in other cases, you know, they still have the same ingredients. This is concerning bread, right? So I was telling them, I said, well, you know, it's a good quality bread to eat, but if you look at the ingredients that's on the bread, it still have similar ingredients to of the cheaper breads, right? And if you want to look at it from a kosher standpoint, from a biblical standpoint, all of the breads is unclean. You know, if you were to look at the ingredients that's on this bread, you know, a lot of them have pork byproducts in it. Now, concerning my faith, as what I told them, I said, I don't really eat none of these breads here. You know, I said, you know, my bread is made at home. You know, I just buy the ingredients that's used to make bread, and that's how we do it. You know, I told them, I said, I don't even remember the last time I bought a loaf of bread or a pack of bread, whatever you want to call it, from the supermarket. It's been years, because all of my bread is made at home. I just get all the necessary ingredients, and I try to make sure that they're kosher, and that's how I make my bread. You know, when we have a taste for bread, or, you know, according to our faith, you know, when we have to celebrate our high holy days, you know, we have to have the meat, which is the bread. So, you know, we have bread for those days. You know, just to give you a little example, you know, for days like the Passover, or you could say the new moon, which is the Rosh Kadash, or you could say the other high holy days, which is the Feast of Tabernacles that we just came off, right? Or the blowing of the trumpets, or even the Day of Atonement. You know, you have to give your sacrifice up to the Most High then. So I was telling her, you know, there are certain brands that's better than other brands, but from a kosher standpoint. And that's not to say that you can't find kosher breads in supermarkets, but in a majority of supermarkets that's in our neighborhoods, you're not going to be able to find much of that kosher stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it will be best to make your own breads if you're of our faith and you're trying to keep a biblical dietary law, right? So that's what I was telling her. And, of course, I had to give him a flyer, you know what I'm saying? Because I had some in my back pocket just in case I ran into somebody while I was in the store rather than outside of the store, right? So I gave her a flyer and I told her that I was going to do a video concerning this and she could check that out. And also we was talking about Kanye West. So I told her, I said, I really don't see the issue of him mentioning Defcon 3 on his social media, because even though he mentioned it, he really didn't do anything concerning Defcon 3 towards a certain group of people. So I really don't understand what's the frenzy and uproar about it, because he haven't done anything. What disrespectful has he said concerning this group of people? You know what I'm saying? I could actually see if he went out there and actually done something or made death threats or terroristic threats towards them. But he didn't do anything, but just said, I'm just going to go Defcon 3. And basically that's like he's preparing himself for whatever comes from what he's going to say concerning this. But he really didn't do anything concerning Defcon 3, according to the level of Defcon 3, in which we're about to get into now. So this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be like an extension to my dietary law videos that I've done a few years back, and what's the definition of Defcon 3 and the other levels of Defcon concerning military tactics, right? So we're going to get right into it. And, I'm going to go to the definition of what